Video number 10, Lewdness NJ. What is lewdness? Lewdness is the deliberate act of exposing one's private parts for one's own gratification to people, usually in public, who are not interested and are offended by the act. Think of this as a raincoat flasher, someone in the park who is compelled to show people he doesn't know, his naked body. Now, under Section A, if you deliberately do that, it's a disorderly persons offense, and the person reports you to police. 2C14-4A, if convicted, your exposure is a fine of up to $1,000, possible jail of 0 days to 180 days, and of course a 2C criminal record for a disorderly persons offense. However, under Section B, certain classes of individuals are protected and the offense is deemed to be much more serious. And the two that are mentioned are a child under the age of 13. So if the victim is a child and you are an adult, that is a fourth-degree crime. If the victim is someone who's mentally ill, that is a fourth-degree crime. In other words, that person does not fully appreciate what you're trying to get across to them because they're, they have some kind of mental deficiency or illness. That also is a fourth-degree crime. That's punishable if convicted by a minimum 1 year, maximum 18 months in jail, a fourth-degree felony record, and a fine from $0 up to $10,000. So that's the big picture. Now, every summer at the Jersey Shore, I get a handful of these cases. The gist of it is if the defendant is innocent in terms of the reason that he's naked, it's not lewdness, that's a defense. In other words, I'll give you an example. I had a guy who had a nice house with a pool in the backyard, a fence around the pool, a hedge around the fence. He and his wife liked to go out naked in the pool in their backyard. Well, wouldn't you know it, a couple of neighbors who were young girls who were in college saw that, got offended, called the police. He was charged with lewdness because, of course, the township wants fine money, and came to see me to defend him. Well, I mean, it's pretty clear he wasn't trying to get their attention, and he wasn't, out in public trying to get them to notice him, so to speak, or notice him being naked. So I was able to get his case dismissed. Now, there are other people who, are a little more on the border with that, that think it's okay to go out and wear, not enough clothes or totally try and get somebody's attention by doing something they think is sexy, but the other party doesn't think is sexy. In those kind of cases, what we do is we try and downgrade the case based on what that person's possible state of mind was when they were doing the act. Sometimes we use a psychologist to help us, sometimes we don't. But that's the gist of it. If you've been charged with this, it can be tremendously traumatic and scary, not to mention, the stigma involved. So if you're facing this, I can definitely help you handle many of these. So give me a call. I'll be happy to help. You will have to retain me, and I'll go to bat for you. Here's the information again about how you can get in touch with me. Thank you, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.